morning everybody, welcome to the Flower Patch. My name's Iris Smith, where I make beautiful artificial flower arrangements for all occasions. Welcome guys, and welcome to Marley too. Before I get started, I just wish to thank each and every one of you who have sent me some lovely messages concerning my mum passing away. It's still very raw, guys. I've done nothing but cry for the last, well, since the day she passed until last night. But I've not been anywhere. I've been in the house, and I know my mum would have wanted me to do my flowers, do my videos, so which I have, I decided I will do. I did come in here yesterday and just make a table arrangement for mum of all, spring flowers that she liked, carnations, daffodils, tulips, lilies, irises, lavender, things like that, which I've got on the corner of my workbench with my mum's photograph. So she's here watching me. And it is a very, I am very broken inside. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to hold it together because I know my mum would easily say to me, oh, come on, Iris, do your flowers, get on with it. That's my mum. So, but thank you for all the private messages that I've had, Judith, Sandra, also David, bless him, and my heart goes out to you also, David. I know how you're feeling, and all the other wonderful people that have sent me messages with the pick me up notes and things like that. So I won't go into too much detail because I will start to cry, but it was an unexpected death. We were very, very close, very, very close. Me, my sister, my mum, and she is deeply, deeply missed. Anyway, again, I know my mum would have said, come on, pull yourself together. I'm all right. So she used to say that anyway, even when she was here. But her spirit, is saying the same thing. So I'm doing a video. I'm deciding, I've just grabbed a few bits, guys. I've not planned this. I've not, I just thought I'll do a wreath. I'll just grab some floral. My mind's not fully concentrated on things at the moment. I'm still in a slight trance with mum. But I thought I'll just grab some colours. If the florals are not in springtime season, then that's irrelevant, guys. Things are irrelevant. You make them beautiful as much as you want to make them beautiful. And that's what my mum always used to say. Doesn't matter, when, what season the florals are. If you think they look pretty, you use them. Things like that. So I've decided I've got some Boston fern out. I've also got some green parpavoli to maybe use as movement. I've got some of these that I've placed on picks probably last year, and I've got all these left. Some birch or beech, actually, or is it birch? I can't remember. But I've got some of those again what are on picks, and I'm using them as movement. But I have got some birch leaves to use as the background foliage. For our floral, I've decided I'm going to add in some pink Astilbe. There's two different pinks here, guys, but I don't know which one I'm going to use. We'll see as we place them in. And I've got a couple of stems of each out of my Astrantia in the pink and also the green. I've got the bunch of the hydrangeas out with the milky white and then the pink and green mini hydrangeas with foliage. My mum used to love it when I said this. I've got my wispy bits out. You know me, guys, the wispy bits. I can't get enough of them. So I thought I could add some white calla lilies around the edge for movement. I've also just got out 2 bunches of my white dahlias as well. And I've got out 3 bunches or 3 stems of my pink magnolia, what's not quite open, and I quite like that. So realistic stems, what really, you know, proper branchy effect. So I've got those out as well. Now I've made a bow, but I've only done it in one colour, and I've only done 4 loops on it, but it's quite a neutral bow. It has got flowers on, but it is neutral in colour, and it's fused as well on the back. I've got out this lovely calm, you know, beautiful bow, a deluxe bow that I got from Kerry's Wreath for all occasions, and it's got roses and peonies on, and also some other floral. I can't quite see, it's really close to some of the others, and a little greenery. I just felt that was quite calming today, so I thought we'd just put something subtle in as well. So I'll show you the arrangement I've done for my mum. It's just a table arrangement. I think, I know she'll like it. I really do. Let me just move my cat. He won't leave me alone. He's glued to my side. It's just a small table arrangement that I did yesterday. I've put a few tail ends on with spring flowers on in ribbon, but I've got her favourite flowers, the lily, the irises, tulip, roses, daffodils, lavender, carnations, and some veronica is in there. And I decided to place in Lily of the Valley because my mum's in a beautiful valley now, so with all the beautiful colours. And I've just done that, which will sit, you know, on my worktop. So if I can move my cat, move away. And I've done that. I don't mind sharing this with you guys. You may not want to see it, you may, you know, so please don't be negative. I've got my mum. I've got my mum here too. So she's smiling as she always did. So she's watching me do my arrangement. So we've got that also. Right, so I'm going to do it on a 14-inch grapevine wreath, and I'm going to just do a crescent one today, and we're going to get started. So I'm going to bring the camera down. My cat's playing with, one of the berries have come off of one of the stems, and he's running around with the berry on the floor. So if you can hear a scuffling, it's not me, it's my cat. So one moment. What you got? Yeah, then. So let's bring you in closer, and I'll have it about there, guys. I may have to stand up. So I'm going to start off with our background foliage, our birch. I know I've got some leftovers in here, so I'll use those up. I can get the rubber band off. So let's see how many I've got. Oh, that's the small ones. That's quite a big one. I can't remember what's in guys. It's just a case of rummaging through. I think they're relatively small, so I may need a fresh stem. as well. Excuse me. So I'm going to place those there. I'll use those to fill in. But I'm going to use this one. This seems to be just the longest one I've got, what I use. Turn it around. So I want these long because of the magnolias that I have. I want to place those going up here, one at the bottom going down. Marley, 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 Marley. Oh my gosh, my cat's just nearly dropped you on the floor, guys. So if I just cut this one off, that one, and I'll use another one the same to go at the bottom. And I'm going to have that hanging down as well, like so. I hope the weather's nice where you are, or if it's snowing, you know, wrap up warm, everybody. Try to keep yourselves warm and safe. And I'll put this one in also. I think my cat's going to be a bit of a nuisance because he will keep banging into the phone stand, and I don't want him to make it fall over. So I'm going to place these going around. Let's see. Just going to swap a leaf because that one's a little bit of a scrunched up. So let's get a better one on it. Oh, I can't see where it goes. Oh my goodness, it's not going very well. Oops. Put that there. Place some of these around as well from the side. I don't want them as long sticking out. So we've got it like that, and I'm going to use some of these little bits that I've leftovers that I've got, and I'm going to come on the inner side as well. Just bring some in and give it a little bit more. Found a longer one here. I may bring that one there. I think I may cut the stem a little bit. Place that one there as well. Again, I'm bringing some on the top to also just incorporate the birch around the top as well. Some of these are a little squashed. What are you playing with? So we've got that effect. So I'm not going to place any more on. I'm not actually using too much foliage. I tend to like to use a minimum of 3, unless somebody specifically requests they only want one type of foliage. But I do like to use a minimum of 3. So then we'll get our, fern. And these are wired. And we'll incorporate these in as well. I like these because with them being wired, they just have that natural movement. If they bend, it doesn't matter because it gives that natural look, because not all fern is perfectly straight. So, give it that look where it's more natural. So if you just check outside on your gardens, you'll see that not all the leaves go in the same direction, and they're not always perfectly straight, the leaves. Some are better, slightly bent in areas. But that's the beauty. I may bring one in the middle as well, so let's cut that one down a little shorter. Bend that inwards. And we'll have one more, which we'll place on the outer side down here. So we've got in our fern, and I think I'm going to centralise the bow today and have that in there. Doesn't that look pretty? Even if you just did all greenery and just had the bow for a bit of colour, that would look really pretty too. So I know with the magnolias, I'll just take the band off of these. I want like one up here, one down here, and then I'd like one in the centre. So the stems are extremely long. So let's just see. I'll cut it around here. And I'll do another one at that length. So, quite thick stems as well, these. So if you've got a bit of a loose wreath, what's quite, as I say, loosey-goosey, these thicker stems would be perfect. Oh, I've just got glue on there. Sorry guys if I'm a bit hit or miss today. Let's just get that glue. Come on out, Marley. Come on out. No, you're not climbing up there, silly. And we'll bring the other one down as well. If you get leaves that are bending over and they won't go back and sit back in their original position, just get your glue gun. As usual, I've not got mine on. Just place a bit of glue on the inside and then glue it back up so it should sit in place. Well, it should. Let's just get there we go. So that's back. So I'm going to bring that one here. I may need to cut this one a little shorter. So let me just stand up. Get down. There we go. That's it. Go on, go and play. I don't want you on my flowers. So let's just wipe a bit of this glue that I've got a stringy. I think that one's not in very well either. And two. So we've got those two up there, and again I'd like this one to be coming out here. So this one needs to be cut shorter. I'm going to bend it before I place it in because I need it to be sitting here. Just find a big enough space for it to go in. Like so. I'm going to just wipe a lot of that glue off. If you feel that the stem isn't sitting flush, you can always get either a cable tie or a floral wire and just pop the floral wire through from the top, if I can. There we go. And then just bring it up and just place it around and twist so it holds that stem down a bit more in position how you'd like it. Just cut some of the excess off. And like you would with your ribbon, grab the wire and turn it back inside the wreath. Even if the wire is on top, you don't want somebody holding it and then catching the wire and cutting themselves. So pop that back in. And again, if you see bits of too much glue, just grab your needle nose pliers and just pull some of it off. Like I've got a little bit too much around here. So I'm just going to tidy that up. And we're going to get that out of the way. So we've now got our magnolias in. Again, I want the ribbon to sit here. Isn't that pretty? So I may place the ribbon through. Let me just get a new weaving needle. The other one is slightly bent. So we'll get a new weaving needle, pop the wire through the needle. And then through your wreath as well. So it comes through the opposite side here. Pull it through. Then just take your weaving needle off of the wire. Then do the same with the other piece of wire. So then once you've done that, you can just pull like so. Turn it over, twist, again, cut off some of the wire and turn that inside the wreath as well. I've just seen a stem that's popping up here, so I'm going to trim that back. I don't want that scratching. So now we've got our lovely ribbon as well. I folded over the ends with it being fused with the silk on the other side, just so you could see that. Isn't that pretty? So I think I may cut these up so I've got more control. So you've got two big heads and a bud. I'll do the same on this one. So what I'm going to do is bring, I think with the dahlias I may bring them out because they're quite a big head. Because I've got the little hydrangeas, I could bring those around the centre instead. So let's bring the dahlias more to the outer side. I mean, if you want the dahlias slightly, you know, a bit more on top here, you can do that also. I'm going to bring the buds on the each end. So we've got the buds here. Let's get one. I think that may be a bit long, the stem, so let's cut that down a little. I need to go under here. And then the board, again, I'll put on the other end. Place that there. So we've got our dahlias in. I have kept this leaf on here because I do like these leaves. They are very nice. So I may place those on picks and pop those in. Now I've got some single picks of the lighter birch. But I think I want to get my flowers in first and then see how much I need to spread more foliage. And these come with the 2 heads on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring these down further on top. So we'll bring that one, place that there. Place that in between as well. I even took Benji a walk today. I haven't taken him since my mum's passing, but I needed to, I think, get out. So I took Benji today, bless him. I missed him. He's a little cutie. That feels a little bit loose. So let's see if I can place it in a tighter area. That's better. And we'll have one here also near this end. As well. So we'll bring those on top. I don't know whether to use, I'm going to use another 2. And bring them here. Have some round here, some pretty floral. Bunch it up with the bud from the dahlia. Move it around. So we've got that. Again, fill it up. I'm going to actually, before I carry on, place in some of the parvoli. I've got little oddments in here that I just place back with the bunch, so I'll use those. I've got 2 longer pieces here that I didn't use, or 3. I've got 4, right, I've got 4 longer pieces, no, 5. 6, right, well, I think I may end up using those and then put the other bits in as well. So let's get these 6 used. And give it some movement in here as well. That was quite lucky. I didn't realise I got that many. placing some on top and then the odd one around the side. I may bring one around here. As well. And then the smaller ones that I've got, what I'm going to do with those, so I can use them all up, is bring these on the right on the inside towards the centre. Oops, I've just, oh, I haven't. I thought I'd just pulled one off then, guys. So lift that one a little. Give it lots of movement. So if you ever have any odd bits like this, bring them into the centre. And that's a way to just use up what you've got left. I've got one here with one on, and I've got another one here with one on, so I'll pop those in so I haven't got oddments or scraps. So I'm going to place that one there, and then the other one there as well. So we've got some movement with the parvolia all the way around. So we've done that one. So we can place that out of the way. Before I carry on, I'm going to use these 3 pieces of leaf from the dahlias. I'm going to place them on picks, and I'm just going to pop those in to the arrangement as well, so we can use all those up. So if I just get and with them being a solid leaf as well, you could use them if you wish somewhere where it would hide a little bit of your grapevine. I'm going to cut these short. I'm going to pop again one in here. Just sitting randomly there. On this side. And then the one with just a single leaf, I will bring coming inwards towards our centre point. But I'm going to go in between the 2 loops of our bow. And just bring that there. So we've got it like a triangle. So that's those. I will add these in like my little, you know, filler foliage. It won't really cover much due to it only being, you know, thin. It's not a broad leaf. So now I'm going to place some of these. I'm going to have a mixture of both colours. So if I have, I can just get the darker colours first. And 3 of each to start with. So we'll cut this stilby and place that in as well. So I'm going to go in, out, in, out. So I've gone the light pink. So now I'm going to go for the dark pink or darker pink, more of a vintage pink. And that will come more towards the outer side. And then I'll come back in. So I'll cut the stem slightly shorter because we don't need it that long on the inside. So I'll bring that here. Again, move them in different directions. You haven't got to have them all facing here. Bring some in or one facing in another direction to the other. Again, more of a natural look. Pink again. So it looks like the lighter pinks are on the inside. The more of a vintage pink is on the outer side. I may add a few more. We'll see as we go along. I think we may need some more, so let me get another 2 of each. So I'll bring one down here. So the lighter pinks stay on the inside. So I'll cut those down shorter. And we'll place one either end and bring a bit of colour again on the end. And we'll do the same with the dark pink, the vintage pink. I'll call it vintage pink because that's a much prettier name, I think. I can get it in. There we go. Like so. And then the 2 vintage pinks we'll have on the outer side. Let's have a look. I think I'll bring it here. Just dropped it. And then I'll bring the other one in the similar position just before the magnolia on the outer side. So like that. Excuse me. So that's our stilby. Now I'm going to get the astrantia, and again some of these are on picks, I think. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I may need another one, so let's take, I'm just cutting another stem off of the pink. Add another green. do I go for one more of the pink? So we've got five of each colour, and do it that way. I may bring that one in there. Yeah, I'm going to bring this one because it's on a small stem. I'll bring this one in the centre to cover our mechanics. I'm going to bring one here on the outside in the pink. And then I'm going to get the greens coming more central. I may have a mixture actually. Yeah, because I've got green there. I'll go with a pink here. So we'll cut that one down. We'll add in a pink in here. Just alternate the colours. Let's do the inside first. So we've got green, so it'll be another pink. So let's get another pink. Place that there. And then a green. There. So we've got pink, green, we need, some of these have only got 2 flowers on, but again, don't worry about things like that, that they haven't got as many flowers on as some of the others. It's just nature working in its own way. Again, I'm placing these on the outer side. One green left, so we may as well use this green up. Place that there. Wondering, because I got another spare green, yeah, we'll use another green and place a green on the opposite end as well. We'll put one here as well. So we've got that. So if I place those together, I've got one more what's on its own. We'll use that. We'll get them used up so I don't have to have, again, scraps. So we'll just pop that one in. I maybe just bring it in the centre with this one. Or thereabouts. I can't get. Oops. Add that in there. Right. So that is that. Now I have our calla lilies, our wispy bits. Bring these for nice thin floral. So put those on. And I'm going to place these also within all. I'm going to cut a few down instead of one by one. Yeah, place these within every, you know, around. Gives that lovely movement. Again, always add, if you've got bigger heads, always add smaller headed flowers. So it balances it. That's not going in. So you've got that balance between. That needs to be pushed in a little bit more. Or it may need a bit of support behind it. And I'm going to place in quite a few of these.
Mom?
Hello?
Want a coffee?
Yes, please. There are my cups in the house. Thank you. And then we're going to place some down here as well. I may add in a few actually, you know, on top, to give it the movement on the top as well. Because they are very pretty. And another one just under here as well. So let's add a few on top. I know I've said to people many times, don't be afraid to add in, you know, something, even like the ferns on top. It goes the same with the floral. What you use as wispy floral around the outside. Again, don't be afraid to bring them in on top, because it only looks like the floral is growing through and going in different directions. Again, that natural feel. I'm going to put a few down again. And it's nice because it gives it that little movement. So let's place one under here. And again, bring them in different directions. My hands are slipping. I know that one's not sitting very good, so let's pull that one back out. you.
You're welcome.
And I may bring one actually as well, again, coming in. So I'm not going to cut the stem, have the stem long. I'm going to cut it shorter so we can just incorporate this coming inwards as well. Just give it that little bit of movement on the inside also. So we have our calla lilies in. I'm not going to place any more in. I do feel we may need another floral just to help cover some of the grapevine. I had to think then, guys. So what could I use? Could I use Cosmos for a different shaped leaf? Because these are very similar shaped, round. If I had a Cosmos what's a little bit open, do I incorporate a bit of pink? So let's just grab some pink Cosmos. I know I've got some what's got several heads on. Let's get those ones. Yeah, we'll get those ones. Let me just take one of the bunches out. So I've got these pretty little Cosmos, and I think they would really, you know, help set it off. So let's cut this raffia if I can. Oh no, I'll pull a few out. Makes the raffia looser. Now these I've got rubber coating. Now they are glued at the bottom, so what you can do is cut about 1 inch off at the bottom like that, and then that will free your stem, and then you can save this if you want to hide any other stems or throw it. I take them off because with my glue pan it's very hot and it does melt these rubber stems, so I do take them out. So, and if you want to keep this stem what they've got and you've got some scrap stems, pull it off, save it for something. If you want a longer stem for another floral, if you've got get a smaller stem or pick and place it on that instead. So then you can then put this one back in here, so you can save that for either another flower head or anything like that. So then save those. It makes it, for me, saves on a, you know, on pennies where you don't have to keep buying shorter stems. You can use, or longer stems separately, you can use those. So I'll pull the head off instead and I've just pulled the head off instead and kept the wire inside. Saves me placing it back in. And I'm going to put a few of these around the outer side also. So bring it some round here. So let's just cut. Now I've got a little gap here, so I feel we could have one here. Bring that on the outside. I'm going to pull all the heads off. So you could use this as a spring summer wreath. Or as you say, a Mother's Day wreath. Gift for Mum. You could use it for that also. So let's just put another one on the outside. That's hard saying that now, guys. I'll get used to it. I'm still buying my mum a card and flowers for Mother's Day. I'm going to place one here also. Again, I'm bunching up some florals around here. Right, that's what I'm trying to do. I feel that's a bit too long, that stem, because it's bending. So if you feel that when you're placing it in and it's bending, and once you see it's bent and it still looks slightly higher than you want it, pull it back out and cut the stem slightly shorter. Can't see. Let me lift up the bow. I'm going to bring in some foliage. I don't want it to look like a ring, so I'm going to give it the movement and just separate things. And, oh, you know, spread them a little. Oops, let's do these last few. So I buy the picks like that, and I get them off Temu. They're called ironclad plastic coating flower stems, and I buy them in about 1,000 at a time. You can buy them 50s, 100s, 200s, anything like that, 500. They're not expensive, I don't feel, not for what I use them for. I've seen more, you know, some more expensive. Doing that on the outer side as well. I'm going to separate and bring that slightly up. And a bit of the foliage in. Let's just mix it up with a few things. It's very floral, very pretty. Let me place this one on the outer side here. Excuse me. Fill that in there. Might need, we'll take a couple more. Another one. In here. Then I'll bring another one around here. Like so. So we've got our cosmos in now as well. And I'm going to save all of these stems. We'll place a band around them. I'm just going to pop them in here. So that's our cosmos. Let me just grab a drink, guys. I think I want to bring in here another hydrangea. I've been looking at it and looking at it, and I feel I need just in here, just to fill that up. I don't mind my bow sunken in. I like that sort of style where the bow is sunken in, so then the floral and foliage look like they're all growing through the bow. That's what I like. If you don't like that, then just place your bow on at a much later stage. Put that down there. I'll bring that there. So now I've got, our birch. So where I want to just dot this around as like filler. I've got somewhere I've obviously cut a few short. So we'll try and use those ones first. Right. So again, movement. I'm using these for movement. I want those wispy leaves. I'm going to place one under here because we need something to sit with this still be, so it's not looking like it's just on its own. So add a bit of foliage under it to give it like a backdrop, just so it just doesn't look bare. So I'm just popping these in for that movement. These are so hard to get in. I can see glue. Bring one under here as well. So I'm going to bring some on the outside as well. So let me just cut the bottom of the stem a little bit. So what I'm going to do with these, I'm just going to come on the outside, pop one in with all the other elements. With them being quite airy, you won't notice them as much. So you can place in as many as you like. So we're going to just go a little crazy with them, I guess, around the outer side. I can see a glue string. I'm going to be doing my mum's flowers on the day that she gets cremated. Somebody's here. Talk of the devil. Hello.
Oh, I'm scared. I'm cleaning.
No, no, you're not scary. Thank you so much. Yeah. A family member said, will you be okay to do your mum's flowers? Probably not, but I'm honoured to do my mum's flowers. I want to do my mum's flowers. Because the hours my mum sat in here with me while I was doing videos or doing a customer order, she'd be sat in here with me and she loved it. So I'm very honoured to be doing my mum's flowers. I don't think I'd let anybody else do them. Not out of being selfish, but I don't know what the correct word is for it, guys. It's just that I want to do them more than anything. I know what my mum likes. I mean, I know florists, you just tell them what you like, or, you know, for the funeral and things like that, and you create it. But luckily, my mum's got a daughter who's a florist. So that's good. I have ordered already the Gates of Heaven, and she's having it in pure white and green foliage with golden gates, because she's a golden girl to me. So that's what we're having as well. So I'm not going to add any more in. I don't think by adding more in, it's just going to make it overwhelming, too much. So there's a lot in it at the moment, but I'm not going to, you know, it's a full, pretty wreath. So let me just get rid of the mess with all, you know, with beautiful flowers, very calming, peaceful, and very pretty. So that is what we've done. Again, fluff up your loops. Spread your fingers wider if you want more of a rounded shape for your loop on your bow. If not, just a little bit like so. Again, I like to have my ribbon or bow embedded in with all the florals and foliage. Did you like that, Mum? Right, so there is our beautiful spring summer wreath, lots of flowers, beautiful tone. And again, even if you've got different colours like the pinks in, you don't always have to add pink as your ribbon. I've got no pinks in this. It's more like a beige colour with white and obviously a little green and yellow, and that is it. And that fits absolutely beautiful. This will make a beautiful wedding ribbon. So that fits lovely in our wreath. So let's just get our easel out. Place that on, and I'll bring up the camera and I just want to make sure it's sitting correctly. I must place a hook on here. I can hear my mum saying to me, haven't you done that yet? So I'll do it. Oh, that's very, very, very pretty. So let me just bring up our camera. Look how that sits, guys. That sits really, really pretty. Beautiful. Let me just grab my cover. I don't like it going cold. If you haven't got magnolias, use probably lilies. You could use your lilies, anything like that, or peonies, you know, with the odd bud, or roses, hydrangeas. You could use those instead. If you haven't got dahlias like these round-headed ones, you know, you could also again use, if you're not putting hydrangeas here, just use the hydrangeas, or roses. I'm trying to think. Oh, you could even have daisies, big head daisies in there as well. And if you've not got like the cosmos, you can replace that. I'm trying to have a look what I've got with baby little gerbras. You could put gerbras in as well, guys. You know, little blossoms, put blossom flower in, and add a bit of your wispy greenery, you know, just so it brings it alive and it gives it that little bit of movement as well. And if you don't like your bow embedded, again, as I said, place on your bow at a later stage so you can see more of it, if that's what you prefer. And yeah, I like that. It's very natural. Lots of things, elements all coinciding with each other and growing through with each other and blending in. And I like to see that sort of thing. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. And again, thank you for joining me, and thank you again deeply for all your wonderful, wonderful, sincere messages. So please subscribe, share and like. I need to get up my views a bit more now, because it's showing me, keeps popping up on my YouTube that I've not downloaded a video, and you know, things like that. Like it's warning, you know, well, not warning me, reminding me, you know, come on, get yourself together and get doing one. So again, you know, press that subscribe button, share it with your friends and family, bring them along, and they may enjoy watching and give them inspiration and motivation to give it a go themselves. And again, if you haven't got bits of these, you know, use other flowers with a similar shape head. You know, if this is just a tip, where I've used these magnolias on the side, and they're more of a they're a bud, so they're more of an oval shape, but then bringing in a flower where it's actually open, a round headed flower, and then bringing some where the petals are separated, again to give it that different texture. And if you don't have a Astrantia, again, like I've got, use maybe wax flower or wild daisies, little tiny headed flowers, and incorporate those as well. And then just add in, if you don't have these little calla lilies, again, don't worry, guys. You could use things like, again, little wild daisies, or you could use little those pom-pom balls and add in those as well for a bit of movement, or a bit of thistle, anything like that, or Queen Anne's lace you could add in around here. If you don't have the astilbe either, you could put that in, or lavender, anything like that. And if you don't have parfovoli, then you could use boxwood, you know, a bit of boxwood for it, a bit of ruscus as well. I think we all have, majority of us always goes to, you know, we always buy fern, because it just goes with absolutely any design and any time of the year. So again, give it a go. I'm just checking if there's any stems on the back. I can see one. So let me just cut that. I don't want that sticking out. Let me get that glue. Always check the back as well to make sure that there's no stems sticking out, because you wouldn't want to sell something and then it goes on, or even, you know, give it as a gift to a family member and they put it on the door, and then when they take it off, that you've got a scratch on your door. So always check, guys. So thank you for joining me. I've had to put a bit of makeup on today because I looked a bit pale. So, well, I say a bit of makeup. I'm not very good at doing my own makeup. I don't really wear it. But I just wanted to blend in with the colour of the flowers, a bit pinky look. So give it a go and have fun doing it, guys. And I'll see if I'll try and get again tomorrow. My mum, she'd tell me, oh, stop sitting around moping, go and do your flowers. So do what mum says. So I'll probably be back tomorrow, guys, as well. So have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. And stay safe, guys, and look after yourselves and good health. And thanks again. Bye for now. Bye-bye. Let's just get a close up. Oops, I've pressed a button. I must have stubby fingers. Let's see if it zooms in properly. Oh, I don't know, is it? There's our magnolias again, where they're just the buds, and they've got a bit of like pussy willow on it. A little bud where the magnolias are starting to grow. It looks like pussy willow. There's our birch. And there's our other birch, but in a plastic form. There's our astrantia. This one's called A Billion Stars. I forgot what the pink one was called, but there's the pink one as well. There's our little mini hydrangeas and our beautiful dahlia with our pretty little cosmos. I forget one here. Pretty little cosmos with the darker centre. And our bow. Again, look, it's neutral. It's a very light, like a champagne colour, with a bit of yellow for the pollen and some green. That's all the colour it is. There's our stilby in the vintage pink, and then we've got it in our baby pink. What else did we have? Oh, our fern we've got here as well. Our little baby calla lilies. Our wispy bits. Our parvifolia here as well. What else? Oh my goodness. I can't think, guys. If I've forgotten something, my apologies. But I hope you enjoyed that, guys. Again, it could make a lovely spring, summer wreath, early autumn, before, everything changes. And then once you've finished, just, put it away somewhere in the dark, not near any, cover it up so it's not near any light, that the light, will bleach the flowers or anything. So place it in a dark place, and again, place it in a bag or something so there's no dust that can get on it either. So thank you very much, guys, for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now. Bye bye.